Hey guys, it's Raspberry Jam Gaming here, and today we're going to be doing Super Mario Bros. Z, the episode 1 and part 2 of the original series from 2006, and the 2020 current version of the same one. The old version is the one that had episodes 1 through 8 and never finished because Mark Hayes never really got back to it. We'll be doing episode 2 of the new series, so let's do it. Warriors from Another Dimension, 2006 series. This episode opens with Mecha Sonic on a mountaintop holding the blue Chaos Emerald. He confirms his mission to find all 7 Chaos Emeralds. He then flies off to a mountain to search for the remaining 6. The scene changes to the stadium where Mario and Bowser begin their battle. After dodging several of Bowser's fireball attacks, Mario delivers a punch that sends Bowser backwards. Bowser responds by jumping into the air in an attempt to crush Mario. Mario avoids the attack but is still caught off guard by Bowser and slammed into the ground. Mario is thrown to the other end of the stadium, where Luigi is carrying fear. Luigi is able to warn his brother of Bowser's next attack, helping him escape. Although Bowser missed Mario, he still manages to knock Luigi away from the action. Mario, angry for his brother, pulls out his hammer and swings it at Bowser. Bowser dodges the hammer by jumping into the air and tries to land on Mario. Bowser continues these attacks and doesn't even give Mario a second to rest. Eventually, Mario is able to anticipate Bowser's movements and attacks him with an uppercut. Mario pulls out a fire flower, transforming into Fire Mario. Mario and Bowser both charge up their fire attacks and launch them simultaneously. The two fireballs collide, exploding and creating a lot of smoke. Mario leaps into the smoke and knocks Bowser into the air. While in the air, Mario grabs Bowser's tail and flings him back into the ground. When Mario lands, Bowser jumps next to him and congratulates Mario on being even stronger than he was the last time they fought. To help them turn the tide of the battle to his favor, Bowser has Kamek conjure up a secret weapon, a metal mushroom that turns Bowser into Metal Bowser. Bowser launches a series of powerful fire attacks that eventually hits Mario. Bowser uses this opening to squash Mario. Mario dodges the attack but injures himself when he tries to counter. Bowser flings Mario into the air and punches him back into the ground. He then attempts to crush Mario from above. Mario avoids being flattened and lands right next to his hammer. Bowser goes into his shell and spins towards Mario, but Mario jumps into the air and tries to attack Bowser with his hammer. The hammer isn't able to penetrate Bowser's metal coating, and the hammer begins vibrating so much that it digs into the ground like a jackhammer. Bowser enters his shell again. Weary from the fight, Mario begins charging up another fireball. The fireball collides with Bowser, but he remains unfazed by the attack. Bowser responds with a fire attack of his own, which scorches Mario and causes him to lose his fire form and collapses to the ground. Just as Bowser attempts to finish off Mario permanently, a capsule appears out of the sky just above him. The capsule falls towards the track and lands directly on Bowser, breaking the metal coating and returning him to his normal form. Luigi takes the opportunity to give Mario a cape feather, transforming him into Cape Mario. Mario proceeds to attack Bowser, sending him flying into the air and hitting him back down. Before Mario can finish the battle, Kamek takes Princess Peach hostage and threatens to turn her into a Goomba. Mario complies and Bowser begins to charge up another fireball. Before he can, Sonic and Shadow leap out of the capsule and send Kamek flying out of the stadium. With the princess safe, Mario resumes his attack on Bowser, grabbing his tail and spinning him around, and throws him out of the stadium and into the camera. Mario and Luigi celebrate their victory until Luigi notices Sonic and Shadow nearby and hides behind Mario. Sonic asks Mario for his name, confirming that the Hedgehogs have reached their destination. Super Mario Bros. Z Remake, the new threat. The episode begins with a menacing robot that slew the Goomba from before, standing atop of a hill, looking over the horizon. He observes his Chaos Emerald before declaring that he must find the rest. He then flies off into the distance. Later on, at Peach's castle, Mario and Luigi stand with the two hedgehogs who saved Princess Peach earlier. The two hedgehogs introduce themselves as Sonic the Hedgehog and Shadow the Hedgehog. Peach and Toadstool express their gratitude, and Peach offers them to stay in the Mushroom Kingdom as long as they want. However, Sonic says that their arrival in the kingdom wasn't to socialize and asks for a favor. Shadow protests, not wanting the others to get involved in their affairs. Still, Sonic states that the locals' knowledge of the world they are in could help them find the Chaos Emeralds. The mentioning of these items confuses everyone in the room. Sonic explains that the emeralds are from the same dimension as he and Shadow, and them being in the kingdom was a result of an accident. He then asks Shadow to explain what the Chaos Emeralds are, and Shadow reluctantly agrees. Meanwhile, at Bowser's castle, Bowser, accompanied by his son, Bowser Jr., is still recuperating after his recent beating from Mario. Kamek tries to make him feel better with bag-tailed soup, only to have the bowl splash onto him due to Bowser's disdain of it being stone cold while it was scalding him. In the brief moment of comic relief, a silhouetted stranger walks into Bowser's throne room, asking Bowser about his earlier defeat. Outraged by the question, Bowser insults him in response, calling him a Baldy McNosehair. The man corrects Bowser, asking him to be addressed by the greatest scientific genius in the world, Dr. Eggman. Unfazed, Bowser demanded his reason for entering his throne room, and Eggman asks if Bowser could reconsider his proposal. Bowser quips that he isn't his type. Eggman laughs and clarifies that he was referring to his offer for an alliance. Hang on, does that mean Bowser's gay? He also tells Bowser that he came across some information that will help him destroy Mario, much to Bowser's liking. Eggman presents a large red gem that captivates Bowser, who asks what it is. One of 7 miracle gems that ended up in this dimension with him. Intrigued, Bowser tells Eggman to tell him more about the Chaos Emeralds, to which Eggman agrees. Shadow and Eggman explain the Chaos Emeralds are gems of unknown origin and great power, capable of granting near limitless energy, and that one itself can warp reality. They then explain that should one combine the power of all 7 Chaos Emeralds, they will achieve ultimate power and become unstoppable. The information horrifies Peach and Toadsworth, while Bowser is delighted. Toadsworth opts for the search parties to find the Chaos Emeralds, but Sonic decides against it, not wanting to risk the emeralds falling into the wrong hands, or cause a panic with the search parties. Sonic asks Mario and Luigi for help, and the brothers agree, much to Shadow's displeasure. At his side, Bowser agrees to work with Eggman, and summons his warriors, the Koopa Bros, to search for the Chaos Emeralds and bring down Mario and Luigi should they get in the way. Outside Peach's castle, the 3 heroes joined by Yoshi go their separate ways to find the emeralds, while Wario and Waluigi trail them to find the gems for themselves to make a profit. Neither party is able to find the Chaos Emeralds until Luigi finds the white Chaos Emerald after crashing into the plateau. He goes to grab the emerald but encounters Wario and suffers from his Wario wart. Wario then runs off with the emerald and drives away with Waluigi in his car. Luigi manages to grab onto the truck of the car, but Waluigi kicks him off. However, Yoshi catches Luigi and continues pursuing the Wario Brothers. With the aid of a dash pepper, Luigi and Yoshi give chase and manage to corner the Wario Brothers. On top of a plateau in a nearby forest, they fight over the emerald, but are soon stopped when 2 missiles blast Wario and Waluigi away and leaves Yoshi hanging off a damaged cliff. Yoshi falls into the forest but keeps the Chaos Emerald safe. Luigi panics and goes to find Mario and the others. As he finds a way out of the forest, the menacing robot from before lands and demands the Chaos Emerald. Yoshi steps back, guarding the emerald against the robot, sensing his malice. Having grown impatient, the robot attacks Yoshi, striking him with a haymaker and sending him through several trees. Quickly recovering, Yoshi uses his tongue to retrieve the emerald and swallows it. The robot demands Yoshi to spit out the emerald, only to have Yoshi bleh in his face. Amused but undeterred by Yoshi's antics, the robot produces a minigun from his arm and chases him throughout the forest with an onslaught of gunfire. At the same time, Yoshi uses his egg to invade. The robot then forms massive missile launchers on the shoulders and fires at Yoshi, sending him airborne. The robot knocks Yoshi into the air, sending him crashing into the ground. Back outside of Peach's castle, Sonic, Mario, and Shadow reconverse, each of them having no luck in finding the emerald. From behind, Luigi returns in a panic and frantically explains the events that have transpired up to this point. Sonic and Shadow become alarmed at Luigi describing missiles, and that Yoshi is still alone in the vicinity of the missile creator with the Chaos Emerald. With no further questions, Shadow speeds off, as Sonic tells Mario that they need to find Yoshi immediately. Mario and Luigi then use cape feathers to take off into the sky after Sonic and Shadow. At the fight's location, the robot advances towards Yoshi, who lies unconscious in a crater from his assailant's attacks. The Chaos Emerald begins to shine in Yoshi's stomach. Its power rejuvenates Yoshi, bringing him back into the fight with greatly advanced physical abilities. Using his newly increased strength, speed, and his new abilities to fly and lay explosive eggs, Yoshi begins to turn the tide of the battle to his favor. But the robot is unrelenting, fights back hard, and the two engage in a furious battle that ravages the landscape around them. The robot begins to utilize the power of the blue Chaos Emerald, already in his possession, to bolster his abilities and overwhelm Yoshi. Refusing to back down, Yoshi lays out explosive eggs to catch the robot off guard, attempting to swallow him and trap him within a much bigger egg. Yoshi tosses the large egg that the robot's trapped inside of, and creates a massive explosion that destroys the surrounding area. Weary from the fight and believing that he is victorious, Yoshi begins to limp away from the scarred and burning battleground. The robot blasts out of the rubble, slowly advancing towards Yoshi, the obligation to kill in his eyes. Yoshi tries to escape, but the robot blocks his path. Yoshi tries to use his tongue to trap him again, but the robot grabs the tongue and uses it to give Yoshi a more prolonged beating. He slams Yoshi into a plateau, causing him to cough up the Chaos Emerald, and the robot takes it. With the battle over, the robot comments on his achievement in acquiring the Chaos Emerald, but is annoyed by how much of an effort he had to exert to retrieve it. Regardless, the robot swears to find all the Chaos Emeralds and complete his power, even if he has to tear the world apart. Hearing a groan, the robot turns to find Yoshi still alive after the fight. He introduces that it was a Chaos Emerald's power that gave Yoshi's increased strength. The robot proceeds to strangle him for his opposition, finding enjoyment in the act. However, before the robot could finish Yoshi off, his sensors pick up Mario and Luigi and then detect Sonic and Shadow closing in on his location. He is shocked to find that Sonic and Shadow are in the Mushroom Kingdom after he had stranded them on that dead planet. He steps forward and prepares to engage them in battle, but quickly decides against it as the emerald glows. Simply talking to himself, as he changes his mind, he opts to instead gather the emeralds first and then deal with Sonic and Shadow later, and flies away. Team Mario arrives too late to catch the robot, much to the frustration of Sonic, but they find that Yoshi is still alive. Shadow berates Sonic for the lack of urgency, stating that the robot, now identified as Metallics, has a head start over them. Sonic fires back, claiming that it was because of him that the Chaos Emeralds teleported to the Mushroom Kingdom in the first place. Shadow himself retorts that it was a better option than letting Metallics reach his perfect form. Amidst of their arguing, Mario demands to know who Metallics is and what happened to Yoshi. Sonic promises to tell Mario everything, despite his annoyance and Shadow's protest after they get Yoshi some medical attention. Mario agrees and they head back to Peach's castle with Yoshi in tow. Hey guys, that was pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Super Mario Bros. Z. This was truly spectacular to go through. I love Super Mario Bros. Z, the remake, and also the old 2006 version. Without further ado guys, I'll see you later. Bye bye my jammers.